And welcome back to Open House. I've been joined by Mark Forde down here in sunny Victor Harbour. How are you, Mark?
Really well, thanks, Fox.
Very
great,
good indeed.
Great to see you on this bright and breezy, cool but absolutely magnificent Victor Harbour morning.
It is. Look, Victor Harbour brings back a lot of memories. I drove down here with young Heidi, who's a 20-odd-year-old, and the amount of fun we had down here through our teenage and early 20s. And it does seem to have changed a fair bit, Mark. Some of the developments around here are just unbelievable.
Development's absolutely enormous, Fox. If you look at all the major, urban planners in South Australia, just about all of them to a man have got a development happening down here. Higginbotham's, Adelaide Development Company, they're all
clambering to get down to the.
They're doing big things here, and it's just massive development on a huge scale, and you just can't get trades down here at the moment for the amount of housing and construction work that's going on.
Yeah, fantastic. Mate, I just want to speak a little bit about you. How about that one? Let's speak about Mark.
Yeah,
you've been in the industry for a fair while. How many years?
Well,
give you a little while to add that one up.
It starts back in the stock and station days when we were doing, livestock and rural property sales. But back in 1980.
There you go.
So yeah, it's been a while.
30 years. Now, I've known you through your, and I'm going to mention it, your Ray White days. So
yeah.
you owned, I reckon it was 7 or 8 offices. Was that about? Was it
we
even
had,
more than that?
we had 9 offices. There were 7 offices with a couple of satellites. So
yeah, so you started off Mark Forde Real Estate in Clare, then you ran a 9-office operation, then you came and joined us in Brock Harcourt's Adelaide, running a team of up to 30 sales consultants at some stage, and settled in the absolutely beautiful Victor Harbour and absolutely fired up a smaller team. Just talk us through looking after multiple office, big office, smaller office, ownership, etc. How's the transitions been each time?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really interesting journey because, I started off, basically as with myself and one other salesperson in Clare in the early days, and we built that team up to about 5 salespeople, and then we, got on the opportunity to expand, and we had offices in the Riverland and at Port Lincoln, and we had offices, down here.
How did you manage them all, Mark? I find it hard enough, I would have thought, to manage one office, but to have 7 or 8 in very different locations, different markets, must have been, a nightmare.
Strategically, the distance was the big killer, to manage it. But we were very fortunate in having some really good people, work for us, and had a great sort of, head office structure that we had to have, and so you learn very quickly that you do what you're good at, but you've got to surround yourself with good people in other areas to do it.
Isn't that the key? Good to great, Mark. So strong level 5 leadership with really good people around you. End of the day, mate, very pleased you've logged down here, or joined Brock Harcourt's first of all, did a fantastic job in Adelaide, and then the opportunity of ownership coming up down here, you grabbed that with both hands and doing some really good things. Victor Harbour, we've spoken about the developments and the opportunities for some very smart people to move into town. Now, they wouldn't be moving into town if they didn't think there was some growth in the market, I'm assuming. What's Victor done, say through 2010 so far, price-wise?
The one thing I really like about the Victor market is that it's got a massive spread of real estate, and so coastal property. There's a lot of property. Just about everything on the coast is around $1 million now. So it's got a huge top end, but it's got really affordable housing as well, because there's a lot of property on the market that you can buy for when I say a lot of property, there is property you can buy at sub 300, and there's quite a bit in that, a lot of property in that sort of $300,000 to $600,000 range. So
I'm glad you've told us that, because I wouldn't have picked the Victor Harbour market for having property as cheap as that. You go through your Franklin Parades and your Hindmarsh Roads, and I must say, mate, you've got some property on Brock Harcourt's got a lot of property on the market along there. So congratulations. Top ends really seems to be where you have got a real sphere of influence, but have property at 300k, that's everybody into the market, doesn't it?
Well, it does, and as I mentioned before, there's just a huge amount of residential development happening as well. So a lot of land sales, and you can buy land, blocks of land from anywhere from 150 to sort of 350,000. In fact, we've just got one of the premier Lakes, which has just come up, a double allotment, but at 450,000. So, but there's such a mix of property, so there's something for everybody. And you know, just looking at the council website, you know, there's over 40% of the ownership of Victor Harbour is from absentee owners.
Is that right?
Yeah,
so a lot of people still enjoy holidaying down here, obviously.
Yeah. So the rental market, investor market, both holiday, you know, short-term rental, long-term rental market, the demand is very strong.
What type of people live in Victor Harbour, Mark? The demographic is saying that there's a hell of a lot of different types of property down here. I'm assuming there's a lot of different types of people down here, both age and stages in life and interests and all that.
Yeah, no, there is, and you know, I mean, everybody's talked about, you know, it's a good place to come down and retire. It's a really older demographic down here, but I think that paradigm's been broken. Because there's such a huge growth happening down here at the moment that you're having to bring in a whole range of skills and you know, professionals to cater for the growth. That's right. And so what we're seeing in, you know, schools are just bursting at the seams. So which is a great sign.
It's a real sign of growth.
And you've got you know, a lot of the hospitals are growing, the specialists are coming in are growing, so they're all bringing families and what have you. So that age demographic is certainly changing. So there's something here for everyone.
I think we take it for granted, as Heidi did some footage of some of the beaches and, you know, sort of looking out over to Granite Island and those types of things. It's one of the most beautiful places on the planet, let alone South Australia. If I was to come down here for a holiday, mate, what would I do? Where would you send me? Apart from the pub, where else would I go?
I just love the area, and honestly, just coming down here and every morning, you know, just driving over that hill past, you know, the lookout, driving down Highmarsh Road, and you look out towards Granite Island, you know, the horse-drawn tram towards the bluff, and the colour of the sea, you thank God you're alive.
Yeah.
You know? And then you can go down to Whalers at Encounter Bay and sit at the restaurant there or have a coffee and look back again across, you know, towards Wright Island and then back out towards Granite Island, and on a clear day you can see right through to the Coorong. I mean, and the hills and the rural sort of landscape to the north, you just, you know, you can't believe how beautiful it is. So, and there's just so much to do here because, I mean, this time of year in particular, you know, the whaling season, I went out to Port Elliot yesterday and there were a couple out there in the bay, you know, just 200 metres offshore, and it just looks stunning. And, you know, you go now that things have improved quite a bit, and we've got water back in the, you know, the lower lake area, and so Goulburn, you know, is thriving again, and they've, you know, got the farmer markets happening, and they have the farmers market every Saturday in Victor, which is fantastic local produce, and you've got you know, the beauty not only of the coast, but fishing's fantastic, and in the area, and the surfers go nuts. And
even crayfishing, isn't there?
Crayfishing.
Don't you grab a few little crays out there in the bay?
Bill, one of our salespeople here, Bill Harvey, he's right in with the Sea Rescue and does a lot for the community, and he's pretty keen. He's got a couple of pots, so we might get to
a couple of sneaky spots out there.
I think so. But you know, surfing is great. You've got the Wapinga beaches, you know, and then you've got.
You drowned there once, Forde.
Yeah, well,
got to be a very good swimmer, I've worked out, but it is a magnificent surfing spot.
Parsons Beach, and then you've got the beauty of, you know, Highmarsh Valley, Inland Valley, and all that brings to offer.
A bit of wineries.
A few little wineries.